Happy Wednesday. I'm super excited to be here with you. We are 1 week into the new catalog, and I hope you're having lots of fun. Hoping you're getting your orders. I just got my order today from when I ordered. It takes about a week for me. So if I order on a Wednesday, I usually get it on a Wednesday. So hopefully for you customers out there, I will say one of the benefits of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is that we get stuff early. So we get to order a month before everybody else gets to order, which is really exciting. So we've had a chance to play with these items, and I can't wait to show you a few more samples. And we had our shoebox swap this last week, and I'm gonna make one of the cards with you here. I've just got to get everything out of here that I need. Let's see. Just want to make sure I've got all my pieces and parts. And then I'm going to show you a few sample cards as well. So let me get some of these pieces out of my bucket. It was kind of hiding in the bottom. All right. Okay. So, sample cards. So we had a shoebox swap on Saturday, and a shoebox swap is where you pack everything in a little box and you make a sample, and then you cut all the pieces so that everyone else can make your card as well. So this card was designed by my mother-in-law, Patsy, and we got to make this one. And one of the things, it's a very small touch, but one of the things I really like about this card is cutting around the dress here. I don't know what it is, but it just makes it look so much better than just having them kind of stamped and floating. Maybe it grounds them, maybe that's it. But I love it. I think it's a wonderful touch. So all the way around and up was really cool. So beautiful card, love it. This card was designed by our friend Melissa Murphy. It has the ring on it. It's actually a fun fold. It's super wild. This is a card that I would hand to a friend. I would not, you know, I don't know that I would put this one through the mail. I'm not sure it would make it in one piece. Let me see if I can get it. So it kind of stands like this. So you can see it's got like a lot of depth, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful card. So that is another card we made. We made this one. Kathy, one of our other Stampin' friends, designed this one. This one's a fun fold too. I don't think I have to open the rest, but this one goes like this, and then like this, and I realized that I stamped on the back, and you can see that now, and you know what? That's just life. It's a handmade card. I still think it looks really cool. And unfortunately, I don't have that die set, so it's not like I can stick another one back there. This is beautiful. It's the artistic leaves. Love this set, and I love this color combo. Super unexpected. Our friend Elena designed this, and I love it. I love Petunia Pop and the Timid Tiger with the garden green. I think it's just really fun. All right, I'm gonna make sure I can see us live because I've had a hard time with that lately. Let's see. All right, good. I can see us, which means I can see your comments because that's important. So if you're here, say hi, and I want to know which of these is your favorite. So this one was also a fun fold. I guess I have to open this one too. We had a lot of fun folds this time. Our friend Sarah designed this. Super cute. I just like the interlocking with the circle. And that glimmer paper, so pretty. Secret Sea glimmer paper. Secret Sea is everyone's favorite new color. This one's really cool. It has a pocket for the bookmark, and there's a little squirrel on the bookmark. This was the triple time stamping, where you stamp it, and then you've got these pieces kind of layered, and then you put these other pieces in between. It's a really cool look, and we did some blending, and we did the envelope as well. And then a really cute jar of joy with the peppermints that are still active, and the cute plaid, and the fun red and white twine. So yeah, I love this. It was great. It was great cards. So we're gonna make my card, the one that I did, and I'm excited to get to do that with you. I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna move this over here. All right. We're gonna make a fun Halloween card, and I've been doing a lot of Halloween. I'll show you one of the other ones. So this features the Fright Night set, which I love this stamp set. I've just been doing black with it because it's comes out really nice. It's supposed to look worn because that's kind of the design of the stamp, but you could do color. You could add color with like blending brushes or with the daubers and kind of highlight each of these things. You could also add some color afterwards. I saw somebody do that today. Let me show you that. So someone just took like, you know, pumpkin pie marker or whatever. And I love this. They just added a little bit of orange, like right there on the hat. And I thought that was just a super sweet little touch. You don't need a lot of color on this. And then it has this iridescent petunia pop ribbon, which is really fun. The fun, swirly, spooky background. But the best part is the inside. Because when you open it, haha, there's a spider. He's on a little window sheet. He pops out at you. It's so cute. All right, so we're gonna make this. I'm using this stamp set for the Ghouls Night In that I'm doing. So this is the Fright Night stamp set. It was a July online exclusive. All the Halloween products were. It has 2 different dies that come in this fun label shape. And then it has a couple of these kind of swoopy words that you can do on the detail die. So I'll show you those. So it's also got, it's got a lot of cool pieces. Whoop. So this is the swoop die piece. This is meant so that if you wanted to put a piece of ribbon, you could like put this when you're die cutting your sheet, and you could have a piece of ribbon. You could make just a top, or you could do both sides. Of course, there's the little spider, which is really cute too. There's 2 of these shapes. So there's a big one and a little one. And then there's 3 of the webs, and then there's this cute boo and eek as well. I used the boo and the eek for the Ghouls Night In and the spider web. We used all the pieces for that one. You'll need a piece of window sheet that is 6 by like a quarter. So just know that you need that. And then you'll need a piece of designer series paper that's, I think this is 3 by 4, but let's just make sure. 3 by 4, yep, perfect, easy. And then a couple pieces of the iridescent petunia pop ribbon. I need to die cut a few pieces because I'm like it's been a little wild, y'all, just a little. Okay, so let's get some paper out. Okay, so petunia pop, so we need a black card base, and we're gonna need a piece of black for this other label. And then I have a couple of other pieces. I tried a couple of different backgrounds. I tried the plaid, but I didn't like it for this one. And I also tried the embossed brick. I'm gonna use the embossed brick piece just because I have it, and so I might as well use it. It's already pre-done for us, which is nice, so I don't have to do that. And then for the black, we just need a piece so that we can die cut our spider, and we can die cut all of our other pieces, and then we need a piece of white. Let's see if I have a piece of white that's big enough for that. I don't think I do. Ah, but there's one. Perfect. Oh, we're gonna need another piece anyway for the inside. Okay. All right. So you get your trimmer out, and we're going to, oh, I knew there was another one of these. There's 4 of these. Oh, no, 3. Okay. 3 of these spider webs. We don't need them right now, but all right, we're going to score first. So we'll score at 4 1/4. at 5.5. And then I'm just gonna cut one at 4 1/4 so that I can do some die cutting on that. That's gonna be extra. And then we're gonna cut a piece at 4 inches for the inside. 4 and 5 1/4. And then I've got a piece of scrap for this other one. And okay. All right, so let's stamp this image first. And let me grab the other samples to show you. So I'm teaching, I teach Halloween at the senior centers too. And so this month I'm using actually this paper. I think it's still in the catalog. I think it's still online. But this was some paper from last fall and I had a bunch of it left over. And so I created a fun little fold. This is the two-tone cardstock. So we were able to like tear away a piece. They stamped it and then we adhered the DSP on the inside and then stamped the Happy Halloween there. And then this one, we used a different set. It's called Sign Design to do this one. And then they actually, all of them stamped Happy Halloween in purple on the inside. And they wanted, I have the old kitty punch and they all love black cats. So they wanted to have a black cat on the inside there. It's so cute. But this is a great stamp. It stamps very, very well. So what I encouraged them to do was to keep the stamp up and put the ink to the stamp, because then you can kind of see if you need to add more or not. You know, a super juicy memento pad is smart. Like you need to have a really juicy pad in order to, you know, get these to come out well. So perfect. All right, there we go. All right, so that's done. We're going to get the label set out, which apparently I already got out, so that's cool. All right, and we're gonna go run a couple things through the die machine, and then we'll be back to put it all together. All right, so there's some of our stuff. Okay, perfect. So we've got all of our pieces and parts. We're gonna stamp the Happy Halloween on here, which I don't know how that got unmounted, but we'll mount that. And that's just gonna go on our little banner. So what's cute about these banners is there's actually little like, these are die cut pieces here. Not enough that you could like, you know, fold it and pop it up, but cute enough that, you know, it looks, it's a very nice detail. So I feel that way about the doves with the Peaceful Garden too. Like there's just some nice detail die work on those doves that make them look really, really nice. So, all right, so we've got our die cutting done and we've got this. So we're gonna put this piece, I'm just gonna glue this flat on here on the inside. I just think it adds something a little extra on the inside. And then we're gonna do a little bit of wrapping, and I'm gonna get this card made. Okay, so I need a little bit more ribbon. Where's my shiny pink ribbon? In my other Halloween box. All right, so the way that I built this one was I'm kind of cheap when it comes to ribbon. So I'm gonna put this piece here. It is directional. So you'll see the bats have an up and a down. So make sure when you glue your piece on your card front that you actually have your bats flying the correct way. Because we're gonna put this kind of in a lower third of the sheet. And then I'm gonna use the dry adhesive to anchor down the ribbon. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because I get a better, like I can kind of get a better wrap when I do that. So I do this so that I don't have to wrap the ribbon all the way around, and it just saves a little bit on ribbon. So I'm going to wrap the ribbon around. Probably could cut that even shorter if I wanted to. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and put adhesive on the whole thing. We're gonna tape that down. And then I ended up gluing this panel down flat. I've not done that before. Normally I keep a channel, but I actually liked it flat. So we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna try to space it evenly, like top and bottom. And then I'm gonna run my ribbon under here. There we go. We'll tie a little knot, hopefully somewhere in the middle and cute. And I'll use my snips, come in, try to trim that off. So yeah, one of the big pros to being, that is not very straight, that's gonna drive me crazy. One of the reasons I like being a demonstrator is because I do get a chance to play with stuff early, and it helps me get a head start on my holiday crafting, on like, I enjoy being ahead of the game. So, and then we're gonna put this up on dimensionals. And I grabbed the tinies, so it'll be a few. All right, so here we go. Yep, put another one here. All right, and then the last piece is gonna be, uh-oh, where'd our spider go? He might be still stuck in the piece. So the last piece we're gonna do is this inside panel. So the front of the card, pretty simple. We're gonna take this inside panel, and on here, I think I had the other one. Oh, where did he go? Here he is. I think I had it scored. So if you have a scoreboard, you can score it. You can also just kind of hold it and, fold it, and it's okay. If you really wanted to use your bone folder, you could, to try to get, a pretty good crease. And then this die tends to hold on to this little spider, so we're gonna pop him out. I have lost some spiders in my office. It's okay. All right, and we're gonna need a glue dot for him. So I'm gonna put a glue dot on the back of the spider, and the reason you want like a 1/4 inch tab, I think it's 1/4. It's not 1/2. No, it's 1/4. Is because you want this piece to be pretty imperceptible. Like you don't want to, you know, you don't want to be noticing, you know, this piece when it's on the inside the card. So that will, yeah, that'll work. So what I did was I just did some glue here. I put glue behind the whole thing. And someone asked me, like, did you use, you know, so I just used regular adhesive. I actually put it on the wrong side, which is funny, but I'm gonna do it right there. Yeah. There seems to be enough there and enough around it to kind of hold it down. So then we're gonna put that in the card. And just make sure your spider doesn't get caught, you know, in the crease or whatever. But then, hopefully, once he's all in there, you open it and ta-da, out comes the spider. It's so funny. It cracks me up. I will say I got this idea from another demonstrator. She had a cute little video. The actual card, I ended up casing and changing a lot from Brian King. Yeah, this is a fun, easy card that you could make and send to anyone. So I hope that you enjoy the surprise Halloween Fright Night card. And please let me know if you have any questions. Definitely, I've still got my Retreat in a Box open right now for October. I am probably closing Ghouls Night in pretty quickly. So if you're not connected with me on that, you can also, I think I put a bunch of links in last week's video too, but you can look below and I'll put some links in there. But thanks so much for coming, and I hope you enjoyed making this with me, and we will see you soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye, y'all, and tell me which other card was your favorite. I'd love to know in the comments. Bye.